The writer's strike is over, but we're following two other major strikes in Hollywood and at some of America's largest auto manufacturers as well.
Yeah, that's right. Leaders for SAG-AFTRA and the studios are resuming negotiations today. This is their first bargaining section in a couple months, actually. Meanwhile, the auto workers strike now in week 3 for those keeping track at home. But the UAW, they have been busy. It reached an agreement with Mack Trucks to narrowly avoid a strike for those 4,000 other additional workers.
Labor reporter for the Washington Post, Lauren Corey Gurley, joins us now. Lauren, let's talk about the actor strike. What can we expect to see today, and how far do you think we are at this point to reach a deal, given that the writers struck a deal already?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on. So for the actor strike, the parties have not spoken to each other for over 2 months at this point. That would lead me to believe that they're still pretty far away on reaching a deal. And the Actors Union is 10 times or more than 10 times bigger than the Writers Guild. So it's like 160,000 workers compared to 11,000 workers. So, they have a lot of stuff to work through. I will say that their demands, the demands that the writers were making and the demands that the actors are now making are very similar. And so the actors can now use the victories that the writers have won and take them and say, to the motion picture or to the studios, like, hey, we want you to match these demands. You were able to offer this to the writers. You should be able to offer this to us as well. One thing that stands out that the writers won is access to the total number of hours streamed on high budget domestic and international programming. Like, they didn't have that before. And so now actors can go, and this is sort of how they want their pay to be determined. Like, the show is very successful, it's watched a lot, they want to be paid based on that. That wasn't happening before. Actors are hopeful that they can sort of use that what the screenwriters won and sort of win the same going forward.
Lauren, shifting gears, which is usually a cliche, but in this case is kind of a description of the topic. The United Auto Workers, they make cars, reached an 11th hour deal with Mack Trucks. They make trucks to avoid a strike. So Mack Truck employees will not be striking. How was the UAW able to get that deal done in the nick of time?
Sure. So that deal was struck, I believe, late last night, before the clock hit midnight. That is the way that these deals often play out. They sort of go into the 11th hour because, both sides don't want to, neither side wants to make concessions. That contract affects about 3,900 truck manufacturing workers in 3 states. The details of that deal have not been disclosed yet, but the demands are pretty similar to the ones that the auto workers are making who are on strike at the big 3, Detroit, Ford, Stellantis, and General Motors. And they are, basically just around wages, benefits, pensions. Like, right now, we are in this period where you're having workers, wage strike threats or even go on strike and win sort of these huge, pay increases. I think this year is about to be one of the biggest strike years, or is already the biggest strike year, one of the biggest strike years in the 21st century. And so, what you had at Mack Trucks is very similar to what you're seeing in the auto worker strike and just around the country. Workers trying to win wages that actually keep up with inflation.
I'm really curious about this because it does feel that way, and now you've corroborated that for us, Lauren. So why is that? Why is this year, from all of your research and covering all of these different strikes, why are we seeing so many strikes this summer?
Yeah, so I think there are 2 factors here. Back in the 80s, it was common to have, many, many more workers went on strike each year. And since the 80s, you sort of seen a steady decline in the number of striking workers each year. And until, I guess there's this burst of sort of organizing activity in 2000, and then again in 2018, around the time when a bunch of teachers were going on strike, and now again this year. And I would say that this year's sort of strike activity sort of goes back to 2 things. One, it's a very hot labor market right now. There are a lot of job opportunities. So workers are willing and able to take risks at work, to engage in workplace activism. And, if they lose their job, they'll probably have an okay time, going out and finding another one. The other factor is that unions are extremely popular. Like they haven't been this popular since they were in the 1960s, according to a recent Gallup poll. And so, those two factors together, this enthusiasm and this leverage in the labor market, has sort of led to this moment of heightened labor activism.
Hey, Lauren, I want to linger on that popularity point because I think that's a great question from Lilia, and I've seen those Gallup numbers. But how, obviously the unions can't be that popular with, say, the automakers at the moment. So how could the public popularity of unions overall as a general concept, as a category, make the negotiating position stronger for the UAW?
Sure. I mean, so the companies, in the case of the auto workers strike, these are big brands, big brands in America like Ford and General Motors. They sort of want to keep up, a good reputation with the public. They
Yeah.
care about their public image. And so, when people are going out and protesting and sort of there's been a ton of media coverage of this that makes them look, maybe greedy. There's a lot of rhetoric around corporate greed. I think the companies, start to feel pressure, not just from the money that they're losing from the work stoppage, but from the public more generally. Maybe Stellantis, which is owned by is Netherlands owned, is less concerned, but I think Ford and GM, sort of have a reputation to keep up.
Yeah, these all-American brands. And I think I would imagine that even though, maybe unions were weakened at a different time in history after the 80s, now because of social media, too, we get so much more exposure to the demands of the workers.
Sure.
So I wonder if that plays a role as well. So what's next in this UAW strike?
Yeah, so on Friday, the strike expanded to 2 new facilities. Ford had sort of been spared for a while because apparently they had been making more progress in negotiations with Ford. I guess things have slowed down a bit with Ford, so they expanded it to one of Ford's largest assembly plants in Chicago. They also expanded the strike on Friday to a large, assembly plant in Lansing, Michigan, that's owned by GM. Stellantis now has been spared from this round of strike expansions. This whole strategy that the UAW, the United Auto Workers, is taking this time is very unusual. Usually, you go on strike against an entire company at once. These are limited strikes, so they're building and building and building. I think is the strategy until a deal is reached, and the sort of goal there from the union's perspective is they want to inflict as much economic pain on the company as possible without draining their strike fund, which when workers go on strike, they pay workers $500 a week out of their strike fund. They don't want to lose that money. I think they had close to $800 million in their strike fund. They're trying to preserve it and use it strategically. So I think we can expect if deals aren't reached at these companies that, this week the strike will expand again to new Ford, GM, and Stellantis facilities around the country. Right now you have about 25,000 out of 150,000 workers on strike.
Lauren Kaori Gurley, labor reporter for the Washington Post. Thank you very much.
Thank you.